These free flowers will cure your winter blues, I guarantee. Now this is what I call super fast flowers. All these free flowers bloom in 60 days since you sowed them. And for me, sometimes they bloomed in even 50 days or 55. All these flowers are hardy to at least 18 degrees Fahrenheit or -7 degrees Celsius. So you don't need to wait until the 1st of May to plant them out. You can easily plant them out on the 1st of April, and on the 1st of May already enjoy the flowers. But the best thing about these flowers is that they germinate super quickly in 3 or 4 days, and then they grow just as much as other flowers do in 4 weeks. And here is the proof. So especially for you, I have here the comparison. On the left-hand side, we have the snapdragon seedlings, which are exactly 4 weeks old. And on the right, we have the seedlings of the super fast flowers, which are exactly 1 week old. You can actually see them grow in real time, and your heart grows as well with them. So I will tell you what these free flowers are, how to sow their seeds, and especially what beautiful bouquets we can make with them. Number 1 on my list, cornflower or Benjamin buttons. And I am starting with them because they are by far my absolute favorites. Last year, for example, the cornflowers bloomed in May, June, July, August, September. And in October, after the first frosts, when I lost all my other flowers, cornflowers were among the only few who flowered for another 3 weeks. They bloomed their hearts out, and I love them for it. Cornflowers grow tall, like 2 or 3 feet. They are bushy plants, and they are covered in delicate blooms, which for me resembles snowflakes. You can use only cornflowers and make a wonderful bouquet, or you can use just a few cornflowers in a bouquet, like a small accent, contrasting with the bigger blooms. Cornflowers can be blue, dark purple, white, and even pink. For this year, I chose the blue ball variety. Their seeds are tiny and they need some darkness to germinate. We make a little hole with a pen or a little stick. We throw the seed down there and then we cover with soil. These are the cornflower seedlings. They are 2 weeks old and they already have their first set of true leaves. Hang on a little bit, and after we're done with the other 2 flowers, we're making a beautiful cornflower bouquet. Number 2 on my list are the calendula or pot marigold, not to be confused with the marigolds. I used to think that calendula is just some random plant that you use for hand cream. But calendula are very, very beautiful in the garden, and they hold up for a long, long time in the vase. And I want to tell you how I fell in love with calendula. When I moved to the countryside, I kept seeing in all the courtyards of all my neighbors flaming orange flowers which looked like stars. It turns out that it was calendula. They were super resilient and they would even grow through the cracks in the pavement. I took this photo myself in my first year in the countryside. That's what I like about this flower, it is super resilient. Calendula come in bright yellow, in bright orange, but also in a creamy white and even in two colors at once. For this year, I chose 3 varieties. Pacific Beauty Mix, which is super useful for flower farmers everywhere. Ivory Princess, with super beautiful creamy white blooms, perfect for wedding work. And Sunset Buff variety in 2 colors, which I hope will be the stars of my bouquets. Luckily, calendula seeds are a little bit bigger. They also need darkness to sprout. So we cover them with soil as well. They germinate in 3 days and then they put on rapid growth. Take a look here and see what calendula seedlings look like exactly 7 days since I sowed them. And this is what they look like 2 weeks after sowing them. Look, these are the calendula seeds and they are 2 weeks old. They also have developed their first set of true leaves. So in a very little while they will already be ready to be planted outside, even if it's still cold. Number 3 on my list is Love-in-a-Mist or Nigella. Nigella is a super fast bloomer. It blooms in like 50 or 60 days since you sowed them. But they have little green or black pods which are super decorative in the bouquets. But let's go back to the little flowers. They are so delicate, so unusual, and they have little filaments that dance in the air. They are so whimsical. I feel like showing you the pictures doesn't do them justice, and you really need to see them live to see how charming they are. This year I'm growing the Persian Jewels mix with white and blue flowers, and maybe a few pink if I'm lucky. These seeds are a little bit bigger and they also need darkness, so we sow them exactly like the cornflower and the calendula. Nigella germinates for me in 6 days, and take a look here what they look like 7 days after the sowing, and then exactly 2 weeks after the sowing. Here in my tray I have the Nigella seedlings. They are 2 weeks old and they already have developed their first set of true leaves. I'm already creating a tiny little posy with white and blue cornflowers, with pink cosmos and echinacea straight from my cottage garden. I hope I convinced you to start right now and sow some nigella, some calendula, or some cornflower. You can also plant them in pots and containers. Just be careful because they need a lot of sunshine. And if you don't have enough sunshine in your garden, click here to see what flowers I grow in my shade garden. Thank you for sowing flowers with me today and see you next time.